Good evening, everyone. Welcome to yet again a night at the poet. Uh, Tonight is confession time, and during confession time, I like to consider that as slapping the enemy in the face. Real quick, tell you about an incident when I was little, a little boy, back in the '80s, uh, going to school. I mean, we're gonna be real tonight. I grew up going to a school that was directly across the street from me. And me and my sister we get out of school, seemed like everybody in the school was chasing us across the street. Got to a point where I told my mom I'm tired of running. And her words to me was, if they hit you, hit them back. I couldn't have weighed no more than probably about 50, 60 pounds. I got into it with a guy at school. We pretty cool now. I see him every once in a while. We sit around talk, but he was bigger than me. He bigger than me now. We standing there arguing, and he hit me in my nose, and I pushed him. That hit didn't feel good. I'm leaking blood everywhere, right there in the hallway, and all I could do was push him. Well, yeah, that was the end of the fight. It was over with. Nobody remembered the push, but everybody remembered him hitting me in my nose. So I got to a point where I was like, I'm too little. I can't let you hit me first. I got to hit you first, and I got to hit you hard enough to make you not hit me back because you bigger than me. And I grew up with that way of thinking. I woke up this morning and I let the devil win. I got mad and I said some things I shouldn't have said. I didn't address the issue to in front of a bunch of people, but okay. My second wife, the one who has my last three children, uh, I have four. I got my oldest by my first wife and three by my second wife. I'm finna give you this story. Now, if you look at the comments right here, it tells you I don't care what man say. What did God say? Yes, Satan, I'm finna slap you in your face before you get a chance to tell the world about me. I'm finna tell on myself. I've been studying and reading, and I ran across a scripture in Isaiah, and it basically was saying that we as people like to hide our flaws, cover them up, or we'll seek deep to find scriptures to cover our wrongdoings. Problem with that is God said everything that has been covered will be uncovered. Okay. My second wife, I got her pregnant. We moved to Texas, and I asked her dad if I could marry her. He told me his words exactly was like, "You might as well. Y'all, didn't you get her pregnant?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, there it is. Y'all got a baby on the way. Ain't nothing I can do about that." Tell you where the frustration come from. I left Alabama and went to Arizona with my older brother. and I met her. Beautiful, beautiful girl, beautiful woman. I'm not gonna lie. And we hooked up, as y'all say, fooling around, whatever. I came back to Alabama. She showed up a week later, and we were living together, whatnot. To go ahead and give y'all something to talk about, she's my cousin, my father's brother's daughter. Now, I can give you 1,000 reasons as to why this happened. I can give you 2,000 more excuses. Truth be told, I loved her, so I married her a month before she gave birth to my second child, Jasmine, my precious flower. Now, if you want to know, okay, since this is the poet and we're going to be all the way honest about it, I didn't at the time see anything wrong with it. I was at that time a fan of Abraham. And if you know the story of Abraham, you know Abraham's wife, Sarah, was his father's daughter. That's why they say that, well, he was married to her, but he didn't tell whoever it was, the Pharaoh, whoever it was, that she was his wife. He just told him that she was his sister because he knew if he had told him that she was his wife, they would have killed him and took her so that she could become Pharaoh's wife. Which the Pharaoh did bring her into his chamber and everything. God rained down punishment on it or whatever. Pharaoh went to Abraham, why did you tell me that this was your sister? No, he said, why did you lie to me? And Abraham came out with the excuse, I didn't lie to you because she is my father's daughter. That's a lie because it's partial truth, right? Right. I was a fan of his. So I didn't see anything wrong with it. Thing that made me mad is this morning I get up and before I even prayed, that's where my mistake was. I look at my phone and she had sent me an inbox showing me where another family member basically drug her through the ground because we share two children together. Judge it. You only know about these two children. And I know you're going to one day eventually see this video. So I want to talk to you real quick. You only know about these two children. And you said something to her. But for the past 2 years, we've conversated on Facebook through inboxes. I'm telling you, next time you cook something, let me know. I'll buy a plate, whatever, show you support. And you sitting up here like we all cool and stuff. But then you turn around and do something like that and try to basically, what is you trying to say about my children? I'm going to post pictures of my girls on here. These are honor roll students, beautiful girls. And if I'm wrong when you see the pictures, comment on it and tell me I lied to you. Tell me they ain't beautiful. My baby's beautiful. Anyway, I don't see how you can fix your mouth to judge me or anyone else for that matter. Like you perfect when we know you ain't. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say to this specific person about that. Now, you all know that my last three children are by my second wife, who happens to be my cousin, as y'all want to say, my first cousin. Book of Leviticus does talk about being with close kin. Again, these are laws Moses gave to the children of Israel. And like I said once before, he did it, I believe, uh, under God, but they were also to help the children of Israel stay in God's graces and really do what God is telling them to do. Like I said, I can give you a bunch of different reasons why I could be justified in that. I'm not going to justify myself in nothing. You feel how you feel. You do what you want to with it. Just remember, only God can judge me. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because as we continue with this channel, yes, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep coming against this enemy, and I'm going to keep slapping him in the face every chance I get. But as long as we keep going with this channel, or as we continue with this channel, some powerful things are going to happen. That's God. And like I told you once before, I will be perfect in God's eyes. I may not be perfect in nobody else's eyes, but as long as I'm perfect in God's eyes, I don't care what man has to say. But I really do hope and pray. I mean, if not all of you, at least a handful of you join this perfect walk with me. I want everybody to join it with me. Everybody. Even those that right now is passing judgment on me, I want you to join me in being perfect. Like I always tell you, if you see me doing something wrong or you hear me say something wrong, then let me know so we can fix that together. Because I have no problem with letting you know, hey, this is not what God said to do. Was I wrong for that with my second wife? Maybe. I can't say for sure I was. I can't say for sure I wasn't. It's all on you to figure that out. Matter of fact, you can go to the book of Leviticus. I think it's around the 18th chapter and read chapters 18, 19, 20, and 21 and see what you get out of it. But all the forbidden acts of sex is in that. Now, I've been telling y'all I was going to tell y'all what linked me to this. Okay. Same woman. After my precious flower was born, about a year later, January the 12th, it's all going on 2 years later, on January the 12th, 2007, she gave birth to the one thing I have asked for since I was 10 years old. I prayed to God that he would bless me with a son. That's all I ever wanted was a son. Love my daughters with all my heart. God knows I do. All three of them. But I wanted a son. I wanted a son because I was at the point that I wasn't going to leave my son like my father left me. I never knew my daddy. I met him when I was like 9, but I really didn't get to sit down and actually talk to him until 2003. I was born in 1978. 2003, I actually got to sit down and have a real conversation with my daddy. 2007, I had my son. God gave me 58 beautiful, joyful days with my son. And then my son passed away in the bed next to me. That's when things between me and her kind of went south. We swore to each other we were going to have a whole lot of children. After Jasmine was born, I quit smoking cigarettes. I would drink every now and again, but I spent most of my time after work in the gym or with her, enjoying life, whatever. Went almost 2 years without smoking cigarettes. Went from chain smoking to almost 2 years without a cigarette. But when I woke up that morning, by the time fire and rescue people came, police got there, the ambulance there, they literally had to take him out her arms and she fell at the door. And I kind of went in shock, and all I could think about was a cigarette. Been smoking ever since. That's the issue. That's why I'm stuck on this cigarette. Hadn't found the root of the problem to my lust thing or whatever just yet. I'm gonna find it. However, we made that promise that we was gonna have many children. And what happened was Valerie, I call her Kizzy. That's my heart. I hadn't seen them two since 2010. I see pictures of them. I hadn't been in their life. No money. Wasn't able to send money when their mom called and asked. Wanted to. And then every time I thought I was gonna come into some money, I'd make promises and it never happened. So I understand the frustration she have. It wasn't until just this year, this past year, that I was actually able to start sending something when she asked. I felt good because I was able to send money for their Christmas. I didn't meet the deadlines that I was supposed to meet, so the price changed on some things. By the end of this month, I've been and sent the difference to her, which is this month is January. Uh, uh, my regret not being in their life, and I miss them. They done got older now. It's been what, almost 11 years, so they don't really know me. I text them every now and again. I never get a respond back for real, but I can't blame them. That was my fault. I wasn't being the father that I needed to be. I never blame anybody ever again for something that I could have prevented. And I don't care what anybody say. I don't even care what she say. I could have prevented all this. All I had to do was be right with God. A lot of the unnecessary stuff that's been happening wouldn't even happen. But we live to learn, right? We go through things. Everybody has flaws or have had flaws. We put our all into trying to be, or not trying to be, but to be perfect. Anyway, now you know that much about me, about my second wife. We divorced. She got in a relationship. She wanted out. I was seeing someone else. She hadn't got married again just yet, as far as I know. Probably have, but that really ain't my business. Uh, but I have. I didn't got married again. My third wife, don't know what I was thinking. Just to be honest with you, I don't know what I was thinking. That shouldn't have never happened. Shouldn't have never happened. And nothing against her. I'm just saying that that shouldn't have never happened. It shouldn't. I shouldn't have chose that, but I did. And since I did, once again, it's my fault because I she called me for a year. Look, we need to get a divorce or whatever. Okay, I gave her the divorce. Gave her what she asked for. You know, it is what it is. You live and learn, like I said. But hey, like I said, I'll never fault anybody. It's my fault. Wasn't until I got married this time. Started reading, and I ran across Hosea and saw what he did. How God instructed him to go and find a whore and marry her. Sent him down there where they was whoring at for real. Like y'all talking about OnlyFans and all that. Y'all ain't got nothing on what these women was doing. I'm trying to tell you. And it was so bad. They was addicted to it, like a crackhead is to crack. And Hosea married her. He never gave her a divorce. Bible says she had got to the point where her stuff was no good to no one. So they sought to kill her. Word got back to Hosea. And because he knew that was his wife, and he loved her because she was his wife, they had children together. He went and paid the pimp top dollar as if she was one of the fresh ones. Paid top dollar to save her life and take her home. That's what God expects you to keep your word, your vows. Then I read what Jesus said, except it be for fornication. Hmm. My first wife had two children before we got together. Second wife didn't have no kids, but she was sexually active. Third wife had two kids. The woman I'm married to now don't have any kids. But everyone I done married, I knew they wasn't a virgin. I got with her. She told me, if we get married, when we was getting close to doing this. We get married, we're gonna do it the right way. And the right way is God's way. We have our issues. Trust me, we have our issues. But if we're gonna do it God's way, we got to do it right. Right? I ain't the only one. She done thought about it too. We done suggested it to each other to just end it. And ever since I started this, it's been like a ringing in my ear. God's way. So you have to let God handle issues, right? Let Him try to fix it. Well, let Him fix it, not try. I need to get that word try out my vocabulary as well as can't, because I do that too. But I'm going to get it out of there. So I have a question for you all though, and some of you may have the same question. We need to figure it out together. Help one another. When you've gone as far as you can go with a certain individual, what is the next move? If you said that you was in it to the end and you've gone as far as you can go, is that the end or is it not? Because you're still living. If you decide to do it God's way and you want to be pleasing to God, what's the best thing for you to do? What's the best route to take? I'm asking this question, and it's like, you know the best route. Stick it out. Pray. I want to talk to you all about something else too, though. The relationship thing. I understand everybody want to date. Everybody want to find that special person or whatever. This relationship thing is where you're going to be really tested at, where you got to go ahead and be honest with yourself. Not only that, but know the truth about what it is you're doing. If you decide that you want to be with somebody, now we talking as children of God now. We ain't talking in the flesh as friends out here in the streets, out here in the world. We just gonna get some common sense or whatever you want to call it that you think is right through human nature. We want God's revelation on it. You get in a relationship with somebody and y'all decide that y'all gonna be together. You move in together. Or you just boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. We already know that marriage is sacred. There's a specific thing that has to be done to consummate your marriage. We call it sex. God called it knowing. You get in a relationship with a woman or a man, someone of the opposite sex. Let me say that. And y'all can get mad at me and say whatever you want to say. I don't care. I do know for a fact it ain't nothing that you have to read between the lines in the book of Leviticus, them three chapters, 18, 19, and 20, to figure out if laying with the same sex is okay. It's not. It says it plain as day in black and white. It's not. I'm sorry. Uh, and no, I'm not trying to justify myself once again. You let me know what God tell you about that situation. However, and there is it's a real thin line because it is a part in there where he describes the nakedness of your father. But the nakedness of your father, he does not specifically name your uncle or auntie's children. And when that didn't pop up, I took it upon myself to believe nothing was wrong with it because when he did the flood on the earth, it wasn't nobody but Noah, his wife, and his three sons and their wives. Where the rest of us come from had to be from one of the sons and who was they marrying and all that stuff. But I took it upon myself to believe that's why. You take it, do it however you want to do it, see it, whatever. But being more mature in it, I can see where no, that's closely related. Okay. However, what's done is done. If I did wrong, I did wrong. I'm not trying to do wrong now. Take me how I am. Anyway, what was I at? Relationships. You choose to be with this person, and you choose to know this person. Listen, we talked about the words of the mouth. This is why I know you've heard it growing up. People have said you got to be careful of what you say. You got to be careful of what you say because when you say certain things, it zeroes in his ear and he hearing it. You keep saying you want to get to know them first. And the enemy, as smart as y'all think he is, he's done. Because you're saying you want to get to know them first. But he's constantly twisting the word of God. So when you saying that, he trying to figure out a way to help you have intercourse with this person before y'all get married. Why? Because at one point he was in heaven with God. He knew what God was saying about certain things. He knew the language God spoke. All this. He know what it means to know. When you say no someone, that's sex. That's automatically that sexual demon for the enemy. You don't even have to mention the word sex. You saying sex, and to be honest with you, it's probably how sex came about. He done twisted it so much and gave you a word, said we're gonna call it sex instead of knowing. But him knowing that when you say no, that's what that means. He just helped you look at knowing as something else. It's I'm telling you, I hope y'all been reading and stuff. That way you know or kind of feel where I'm coming from, because you'll be starting to see things in the light of Christ and seeing how the enemy operates. But he taking your words and twisting them, just like he twisted what God said to Adam and Eve. He twists everything. He do not want you to know the full truth of anything, because once you figure out the full truth of it, you can beat him. You will know that you have the power to beat him. And he don't want you to know that. He wants you to think you need him. for all these materialistic things so he can claim your soul. But think about that. Knowing. I ain't laying down with you till I get to know you. Honestly, in the spiritual realm, you sound kind of crazy. What you mean you ain't laying down with him till you get to know him? That's what knowing is. I want y'all to seriously think about it. Look at this now and be honest now. Don't just try to find a way to justify yourself because I'm not judging you. But I want y'all to see this. I want you to see it for what it is. Exactly for what God said it is. I want you to see it that way, not this way that you've been taught. I want you to see the truth. And the truth of the matter is, think about it. When you get in a relationship with somebody, you with them, y'all together, or scratch that. A friend of yours. You've been friends with this person for years. Y'all get along good. You like the same things. Everything is perfect in this friendship. So why does things go south after y'all just started a relationship? Why is it some things is starting to irk you now? If you think about it, you already know the answer because you just said it many times. We can't mess around because that's gonna change the friendship. Right. You know why? Because now you really know each other. And those things that you didn't know about them is coming out. They feel more comfortable with you. You got to feel more comfortable with somebody and you done laid down with it. Y'all done been physical in the sheets or the back seat of the car, on the table, whatever, wherever you was at, wherever you did it at, probably at the front door, looking out the screen though, whatever. I'm gonna stop, quit. But for real, once you cross that line, once he crosses your threshold, and all the body contact and everything, y'all done got to know each other. He's inside of you, you all over him. He now knows you inside and out. And you know everything about his insides. Because it leaked out in you. Y'all done have fluid transfer and the spiritual transfer, or how would you say it? Spiritual connection, everything. You know each other now. And you start to see each other for who they are. If you lay down with the wrong one, you lay down with the enemy, you ain't gonna like it. The thing that I used to use when I was in the world was I need to check the engine before I buy the car. Not getting on no relationship with you until we didn't cross that threshold so I know if this is where I want to be. I used to do that. Is it right? No. No. You're not supposed to do that. The reason why you go into that marriage blind or supposed to go into it blind is for you to first of all learn how to keep your word. Period, point blank. Learn some long suffering, temperance, meekness. A marriage will help you get them fruits. I'm telling you, you're going to learn it. You're going to do what you said you're going to do. You're going to learn them fruits. Love, faith. You need all that in a marriage. Honestly, you really do. You got to have all 9 fruits of the spirit in a marriage. You cannot miss not one in a marriage. Or y'all gonna wind up killing each other. Y'all gonna be tearing up the house, wondering why when you get paid you ain't got no money because you always got to get something fixed. I'm telling you, you're going to need them nine fruits of the spirit when you get in a marriage. And it's a growing process. To love them, you got to grow into that. You got to learn how to have that temperance, that meekness. You're going to need some peace, some joy, some long, man, you're going to need some long suffering. I'm telling you. Why is you trying to scare me, man? What is you doing? I'm supposed to be getting married tomorrow. You got me watching this, and now you got me thinking about changing my mind. I'm not telling you to change your mind. I hope you go ahead and do it. Just keep your word and them vows when you do it. Because I want you to get them nine fruits of the spirit. I'm telling you, the best way to get it is in that marriage. Because you're going to have it. You're going to, man, listen, you're going to beg for it. Because there's going to be some times while you on this little Christian walk of yours that your husband or your wife going to have you at a point where you ready to just, while they sleeping, you're going to be ready looking down like, if I can just grab him by his throat just for a second. I'm telling you going to go through it. And there ain't no way around it. You're going to go through it. He gonna be sitting there coming in, you laying in the bed, sleep, and in his mind, like, I ought to take these keys and knock her upside. I'm telling you, you're gonna go through it. You're gonna have them days. So when you get to getting these fruits, that's how you're gonna know when you got the ninth fruit, love, in the marriage. That's probably gonna be the one that you're gonna see towards some years after. Because you didn't learn how to deal with this and that. Have your temperance. You didn't learn how to be meek. You didn't learn this long suffering because that starts when the honeymoon is over. Long suffering is at your door, waiting on you to come out this room. Before you can even get downstairs to check out of your hotel, long suffering is starting right now. I'm telling you. Believe me. But it's a beautiful thing. It really is when you can grow with somebody like that. Look at it like this. If you got brothers and sisters, remember when y'all was children, how you wanted to just, but now that y'all older and you see them with their spouse or something and they spouse messing up, you ready to jump on their spouse. Okay, that's your spouse's friends. That's your brother. That's your husband. His spouse, that's your husband's friend. Look at it that way. That's how a marriage works. You grow up loving your brother or your sister because y'all together all the time. Some of you got brothers and sisters that you just found out was your brother and sister. But then you got these brothers and sisters over here. Which one right now do you love the most? You know why? Because you grew up with these. You don't know this one from the man in the moon. That's love. But that's your brother too. So why you ain't love him soon as you saw it? Why you ain't fall in love with that brotherly love that we had this lesson about a week ago, few nights, a week and some nights ago or something. You don't fall in love, and ain't no such thing as love at first sight. It just ain't. It don't happen that way. If you grew up in the same house, and from children up to teenagers with some cousins, and then you go over here to this set of cousins, and they got a problem with the cousin you grew up with. They got a problem with you too, don't they? Yeah. Because you've been around this one pretty much all your life. Y'all done grew to love each other. You done fought tooth and nail. You done laughed, cried, bled, all that stuff together. That's love. You ain't done none of that with them. I don't know what you finna do. But you is not finna, I swear, if you get up out that chair, we finna jump you. I'm telling you. You know it. You know I ain't lying. No, I ain't lying at all. But let me do this real quick because I've been asked about this slapping the enemy in the face. We constantly at war with the enemy. I'm gonna tell you something. It may look like your sins or your flaws is worse than somebody else's. And sometimes it may look like theirs is worse than yours. But the truth of the matter is, Christ said, ain't but one sin unforgiven. That's blaspheming the Holy Ghost. He did not say murder. He did not say lying. He didn't say stealing. He didn't say committing adultery or fornication or any of those things. He said blaspheming the Holy Ghost. Ain't no getting no forgiveness for that. I'm sorry. Not my rules. It's not my word. It's what Christ told me, just like he's telling everybody else. The same thing. We all in it together. So when you see a crackhead down there, and you know you just got through cussing out whoever on Facebook or whatever, please do not turn your nose up. Because what you just did ain't no better than what they finna do. You finna go get drunk. And you got your nose turned up at somebody that's finna go smoke a rock. Oh, it's a difference. Not in the eyes of God, it ain't. Because the truth be told, soon as you get your paycheck on Friday, you trying to figure out which bill you can put off to later. So you can go get this bottle, maybe this bag. You finna go turn up and relax. It's been a long week. I deserve this. Well, for them, it's a long day. And they want that hit. There ain't no difference. It's doing the same thing to you. True enough, I can't even say you ain't spending your money every day. Because some of you, listen, will go give plasma to get a bottle. Go donate plasma to get a bag. You'll gonna sell some food stamps. I'm telling you. Come on, man. You have no right to turn your nose up at anyone. Period. The best thing that we could do is try to help each other. Look, stop just looking at the ones that you getting drunk with. Like that's your help. The only thing they helping you do is make a bottle disappear. Put the smoke in the air. Roll up. Because if you ain't got nothing to roll up, they ain't got time for you. You better watch it. I'm telling you. Listen, don't sit here and try to play me. I've been in these streets a long time. To some of you, it's been a long time. I'm telling you. I grew up with drug dealers. I grew up around gangsters. I'm telling you. I grew up in a city where they came together just because somebody in the wrong city. Yeah, it was different when I was growing up. In the 80s, man, you couldn't be from over there and think you're going to come over here and floss. We finna take everything you got. Send you on back across. Yeah. If I go to this club over here and you in here, we finna shut this club down. Got every intention on going over here and having fun, enjoying myself. I'm gonna holler at a girl or something. I'm find me one night. Get in here and I see you, my whole demeanor didn't change. Man, look at this. Y'all don't see. You, let's go. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of stuff growing up. Now I didn't grow up in one of them cities where every time you open your door, somebody getting shot. You scared to walk down the street because a car might come through and I ain't grow up in one of them cities. Thank God. Because I probably wouldn't have made it. Just being honest. It done been some tough cats grew up in some cities like that and they ain't make it. Some cats that'll peel your cap back blue like Kevin Hart say. They didn't make it. They ain't here to tell it to talk about it. I don't care what you say. I don't care how big you are, how much of a gangster you think you are. You ain't stopping no bullet, baby. I'm sorry. It ain't gonna happen. They got armor piercing bullets. What that bulletproof vest gonna do? And then a bulletproof vest do not protect this. And these gangsters around here is known for straight to your dome at a distance. Like they just go to the gun range for breakfast or something. They didn't became sharpshooters. Bulletproof vest ain't helping you. Come on now, y'all got. I don't. I know I don't went left field, but I don't know. I feel like talking. I got 8 minutes left to talk. What you want to talk about? I'm just being honest tonight. Slapping the devil in his face. And that's the way. Listen, I told y'all we fight principalities. The principalities are there. We do not fight against flesh and blood. Nah. Prayer. Because when you pray, God shows you things. Like, you think I would have woke up this morning to that message in my inbox if God wasn't showing me that? Because he knew if I show it to him, he going to get on YouTube and he going to talk about himself. I'm that stupid, if you want to call me that. The Bible says we are a peculiar people. You can take it in any kind of definition you want, but most of you going to look at it and be like, that mean crazy. Yeah, and the only reason why I'm crazy is because you don't understand where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from is I'm literally slapping the devil in his face tonight. Because now he got to go find something else I done did in my past so that when everybody start watching this and it start blowing up or whatever, that he can throw up in there just to make me look bad and make people be like, oh, he this, he that, blah, blah, blah. I can tell you a bunch of things he can't do. He can't find no little boys. He can't find no little cheering. None of that. That ain't in my past. That'll never be in my life, period, because that's some sick. That's sick. You got to be a sick individual to do something like that. And man, listen, some of you sick individuals out here, you'll even touch your own child. Something really wrong with you. Come on now. But I'm not your judge. What I am going to tell you is you better get on your knees. Because Christ did say for anybody to mislead a child, mistreat a child, it would be better for you to have a milestone. Milestone meaning one of them big old boulders. You know how you watch them gangster movies, they tie a big boulder around their ankle and throw them off in the river? In the river. Jesus said it'd be better for you to just have a milestone tied around your neck and you be thrown and it be thrown off in the depths of the ocean. That's salt water. And all that gonna burn soon as you inhale, because you can't hold it no more and you need that air. Boy, like your head gonna bust. That's what he said. It'd be best for you to go through that than to do that to one of these children. and y'all steady following the. Okay, I ain't gonna say it. You churches, boy, y'all better get to God. What is your leader? How you got a leader in Rome filling on little boys? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. You sick. That's sick. And then they make all this little this and that. Our leaders. Let me tell you something. You know, the Bible says it runs from the head to the beard. Be careful who you let be your leader. Cause all that stuff that's coming down on them, it's gonna come down on you eventually. You gonna catch the aftermath of it. Cause you right here in the beard. We all the body, right? After it hit the beard, what it do? It's got to drop down somewhere on the body. You want to vote a pastor in so he can say what you want him to say. So not only is you trying to send him to hell, but you trying to go with him and help him lead some other people there. Telling you, man, we got to change. We all need to change, myself included. I'm putting myself in there with you because I am by no means there yet. I will be, but right now, today, I'm not. I'm not there. I'm not completely perfect. We all gonna get there though, and we gonna learn how to slap the devil in the face. You know the best way to defeat the enemy is tell on yourself. Tell on yourself. Don't even give him that way. He ain't got nothing to say. If he ain't got nothing to say, what can he do? You tell on yourself. What can he tell? He can say what you said. He can even twist it. But when those the hearers hear that, they're gonna look at him and be like, "No, that ain't it. I don't believe that." Cause he ain't have to tell me at all. But he came out and told me. So what you saying can't be right. Matter of fact, let's go ask him. That's one thing he don't want you to do. He trying to lie on you. So he ain't finna touch what you done already told, cause he know they gonna holler that. Let's go ask him. Wait, let's go ask him, cause he lied to me. We finna go ask him. He don't want you to ask. He don't want you to go ask them, cause then you gonna tell them the truth, and they gonna look at him crazy. They ain't even lost their interest altogether. So the best way to slap him in it, make sure it sting. Get one of them slaps that you can came way back from right here, and that's when you go all the way back in your past and grab it and slap him in the face with it. Bow! Yeah, that's what the devil had me do. Cause that's what you do when you tell it on yourself. Man, look, let me show you what the devil did. He had me do this, and now that I done got older and more mature, I'm doing this because God showed me where that was wrong. Slap the devil in his face, y'all. When you get up in the morning, think of a reason to slap him in the face. You want to slap him in the face before you go to bed every night. Because as long as his face sitting there stinging, he concentrating on his face. He ain't got time to be messing with you in your dreams. Do you hear me? Slap him in the face before you go to sleep at night. Because what thing that y'all ain't realizing is he telling God. Even though he know God knows, he gonna tell God. Yeah, you thought she was gonna do this, didn't you? Look at her. This what she did. Tell her yourself. Go to daddy. I messed up. I ain't asking you to get out here and tell everybody in the world what you did wrong. I'm not telling you to do that. But if you gonna walk this walk, you might as well know your past is coming up. I told y'all, as soon as you sign up to walk with Christ, Satan finna come after you. And he gonna come after you and mention those things. See, that's another thing. I have heard a minister say once, don't even worry about it. You ain't gotta worry about what you did in your past. Don't bring it up. Yeah, don't bring it up. Don't say nothing. That's good. You ain't gotta do that. But always remember, when it come up, be ready to tell the truth. Don't cover it. A lot of ministers will tell you not to bring it up and stuff like that because they want you to cover it. And they want you to cover something because they covering something. And I'm going to tell you, don't be ashamed of your past. Your past is really what made you who you are today. It's really why you seeking God right now. Because you tired of going through all that. And the reason you tired of going through it is because you tired of living that certain way. You didn't experience it. You found out it don't work. Now it's time to go on beat Satan up because he been stepping on you all your life. Go on slap him in the face one good time. I'm telling you, you're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel real good about it. And y'all just sat here and watched me smoke, what, 2 cigarettes? Because me slapping him in the face, I'm going to tell you this too. You know when you slap somebody, how you get that stinging feeling on your hand? It hurts. It hurts. It's going to hurt you to do it, but you're going to feel good about it. You really are. A lot of you fighters out there that like to get in the fights and stuff. Wake up the next morning, knuckles all swole, hands swole, but you feeling good about what you did. Fighting the wrong way. Slap him in his face with the truth. He cannot fathom it. I guarantee you're going to feel good about it. And then while you're doing it, the thing you need to learn how to do is not care what people say or how they feel about your past. Only one you trying to please is God. I don't know why I keep having to tell y'all this. It's starting to seem like every night I got to say this before I go. You only one you trying to please is God. That's it. And the reason why I did what I did tonight is because I don't want y'all to go back like in the future or whenever, when it actually hit the fan. Because trust me, it's coming. If it's not coming now, it was coming. Or it's going to come to somebody that ain't seen this video. And they going to question it. And they might ask you about it. And all you got to do is say, hey, all you got to do is go over there and find that video that he did called Slap the Enemy in the Face. And he going to tell you. Remind them how long ago it's been since it was put out there, whatever. However you want to do it. I really don't care. If you want to join them and talk about me, I pray God have mercy on you because you're not supposed to be judging. We need to remember that too. If you pass judgment, you will be judged. That's a fact. Anyway, that's about my time for tonight. And no, we didn't get off into scriptures like that. I had to be free with y'all and let y'all know some things. Hope you blessed. Hope you've had a blessed day. Pray to God protect you while you sleep and slumber. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Wait a minute. About tomorrow. I have to work a double. So it might be early when I go on here live. If so, all you have to do is look it up or get on my channel and it'll be there probably by this time tomorrow night. It all depends. If not, then I'll be going live at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So that way, when you wake up the next day, Saturday morning, you can watch it. But anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed night. Sorry, I can't give you a time on that, but we love y'all.